If you thought things were going back to normal, I have some more bad news for you. As you know, things are just starting to heat up. Thank you for sticking with me, and here is part 2 of bad news. As you know, the bird flu, according to reports, is rapidly increasing in the US right now. An estimated 30 plus million chickens and turkeys have been culled due to the bird flu. Now, this number, sadly, is expected to grow in the coming summer months. And so far, this is already the worst bird flu the U.S. has ever seen. Now, chicken, as we all know, has been in short supply for well over the past year, and these mass cullings are only going to exacerbate that situation. Plus, there was a recent recall of over 550,000 pounds of ready-to-eat chicken that's going to be taken away from the marketplace. Things are going from bad to worse with our food supply. Some say that in the coming years, fresh meat, such as chicken and beef, is not even going to be available anymore, especially if certain globalists have their way. That we'll all be eating 3D printed meat and eating bugs for our protein. Well, folks, that's another topic for another video. But either way, things are certainly not looking good for our immediate future. Not just for us here in America, but for citizens around the world. Now, meanwhile, in Africa, the dreaded Ebola virus has appeared again, apparently out of nowhere. This virus keeps popping up periodically when other detrimental global events are also occurring at the same time. Meanwhile, in the UK, a smallpox-like virus called monkeypox has also been discovered there. Here in the US, as we know, there's been over 100 cases of hepatitis found in small and young children in at least 25 states. In related news, a mad cow-like disease has also been reported in Michigan among some of their white-tailed deer population. Now, you probably didn't know this either, but back in December of 2021, December of last year, the World Health Organization had passed a pandemic preparedness agreement with all of its member nations. And the U.S. is a member of the World Health Organization. Now, the World Health Organization recently held hearings about this new policy back on April 12th and April 13th. Now, they have additional meetings scheduled for later this summer in mid-June. Now, let's get to the meat and potatoes of this agreement that probably many of you were unaware of. Now, this new agreement is going to leave all pandemic-related decisions, if we ever have a new pandemic, up to the World Health Organization, not the individual nation or country. See, it's going to essentially strip all nations of their own right to determine their own health policies in the event another pandemic breaks out. You see, so now the World Health Organization can order a quarantine, a lockdown, or even place more restrictive measures on individual countries and states during a pandemic. And with the U.S., folks, trust me, not being an exception. You see, so now individual states, they're not going to be able to make their own decisions. This new agreement, if enforced, essentially transfers power from the United States, states and federal government over to the World Health Organization. This new agreement or new treaty is also going to give the World Health Organization eventual control over our U.S. food supply, folks, especially in regards to livestock and livestock breeding, as well as other areas such as our fossil fuels and energy consumptions. Things are certainly shaping up for a one-world system, folks, if you're paying attention. Now, let's shift gears to some of the natural disasters, and let's see how those are also intensifying, not just here in the U.S., but around the world. Now, as summer vastly approaches and temperatures rise, the annual dreaded hurricane season is approaching. Now, normally hurricane season runs from June through November each and every year. However, this year it looks like it's going to have an early start. On May 9th, the National Hurricane Center was tracking its first tropical storm of 2022. Also, many experts say that this hurricane season is going to be much more intense and much more active than last year. Also, don't forget about the tornadoes either. Many experts in weather are seeing a shift in Tornado Alley. Tornadoes are shifting more and more south and more east. Not to mention all the earthquakes happening around the world and right here in the U.S. There was one recently just in South Carolina. So times and things are changing, and they're changing very rapidly. It's like all the factors that we've discussed so far in this video are brewing up for the perfect storm, both literally and figuratively. It's time to get prepared. Now, everyone watching this video, you need to take this seriously, and you need to understand what's going on so you can get prepared and get prepared now. Time is running out, folks. Now, I cannot sugarcoat this anymore. For those who fail to plan and fail to prepare for what they see is coming ahead, if you don't plan or prepare, you're just going to be left to our Creator's mercy and to our Creator's grace. Now, not trying to get too biblical here, because I know some, don't believe in our Creator. They don't believe in the Elohim. But even Noah and Joseph prepared for bad times. There is no reason, there is no excuse with all the things that's going on that you cannot get yourself prepared and get your family prepared. You see, each and every day things are happening around this world. But as more and more things occur, it brings all of humanity closer to facing disaster and chaos. Do you know what to do if your power goes out indefinitely? Now, my family and I, we recently had a tornado warning where we lost power for about 13 hours. But what if it was 13 days? Or what if it was weeks? Or what if it was a month or more? Will you know what to do? Will you survive? You see, as tensions with our rivals like China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea continue to escalate, these situations could become a real possibility, folks. Even our own government is telling you to prepare for a possible cyber attack on our electrical grids or our water supplies. So you have to get prepared now. You have to take these things seriously. You need to learn how to grow your own food. You need to continue or start stocking up on food and dry goods, canned goods, water, and any other supplies that you or your family may need. You need to learn how to become as self-sufficient as possible. Now, crime is up right now in the U.S., folks, if you look at the numbers. And as our economy continues to spiral out of control and more food shortages become more prevalent, violent crime is going to rise as well. You see, you need to learn how to defend yourself and your family. When people are hungry, or they're starving, or they're in desperation mode, there's no limit to what they can do. Now, I know it's hard to imagine these things, but it's closer than most people think, or closer than most people realize. Now, if you'd like to learn more about how to prepare for yourself and prepare for your family, please subscribe to this channel. Please share this video with a friend or a family member that may need some help in getting prepared. Also, please like this video. That way this video can reach more viewers and it can help my channel grow. But as always, I want to thank you guys for watching and be blessed.